Hey Aquarius, and welcome to your December 2017 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. And while you guys are really shining brightly this month, I feel there's a lot of optimistic things coming into your life, as I feel that all the air signs, especially you and Gemini, are really starting to generate more optimistic experiences. I'm really starting to sort of leave the shadow and negative behind right now, although it might still be a little bit colored with that type of thing for a while. You guys are kind of in between with that, but I really feel like December serves for you guys as a sort of launching area for you to really come out of your shell, or to really come out of old dark experiences, because you might face a lot of it here, but in a way that you're not really concerned about it anymore. There's sort of a nonchalant energy that I really sense in Aquarius, or something that's really like carefree, even through really potentially difficult or shadowy type of experiences, which is wonderful. I feel like we all have a lot to learn from you in this way. You guys in December are seeing through what keeps you up at night. No more sleepless nights, no more lies, no more deceptions, no more heartbreaks, no more just dramatic things. I feel like for you, you're really ready to simplify things and to start living in a way that you're empowered through, I want to say, like nice surroundings, or really wonderful homesteads, really wonderful like food, or just experiences that aren't really dealing with the really powerful moments of life. You guys are becoming more mundane. I mean, that may not resonate for all of you, in which case I would recommend that you watch your sun, moon, rising sign, because pretty much all the other signs are going through like really very dramatic experiences, so you guys are kind of the exception to that, so congratulations there. And it's not to say that you guys aren't really either. It just really comes down to your reactions to it. It comes down to your reactions to things which are really dramatic, and your reactions to things which may be life-changing are just not as overwhelming, and I want to say narcissistic perhaps, or detrimental as some of the other signs. So you've done something right. You've done something right in November. So definitely think back to November and think, what did I do differently? What did I do in a higher evolved way? And just what was a change for me? Because you are making a lot of changes. This is a month kind of where you're making a bridge or a transition into something very new. And that I feel that that will be completed by around like July of 2018, or maybe you guys are starting a project that becomes manifested by then. So definitely really working with July, or thinking, where do I want to be by then? It'll be a really wonderful month for everyone, but specifically for you, to pull in, take stock, and think, where do I want to be over the next year or two, or not. If that's not really right for you, it's okay to completely just, you know, let life take you where it goes. But for those of you who are still sort of wrapped up in the accomplishment cycle, it's a wonderful, more positive experience generating time to take stock and think about where you want to be. A lot of signs are getting Two of Cups this month, so everyone's having sort of like soulmate interactions, or meeting people who are very profound on their spiritual path, and that includes you guys for sure. You are definitely pulled to exclude heartbreaks from the past, or to not really compare new people to this person that you will be meeting. Now, it's not a good month to compare, like if you're dating, for instance, and think, okay, how does this person remind me of my ex? This person has a similar haircut to my ex. This person has a similar, I don't know, philosophy towards money as my ex. And for that reason, everything else about them is like my ex. Try to not compare or put other people on top of other people, because you can start to like generate that for them, or you can push their energy into the other person's energy, and that creates like a blowback for you. So be careful of that type of thing. Everybody's new, everybody's different. Nobody's who you've experienced in your past, because you're a different person, Aquarius. You are new, you are different, therefore who you attract in will no longer be the same. But because of your correlation with the past, which is much more detached and disconnected than other signs, you can more easily see through like just human patterns, and how all humans are kind of the same in a certain way. So for that reason, it's really easy for you to see the similarities in people, even if they're very different. So try to not do that, or try to at least realize, okay, yeah, I'm seeing the collective, I'm seeing society here. It's not people from my past. This person is different. Everyone's different. Try to not group people this month. And You should come past some health problems, or if you've been having insomnia or depression or anxiety, it should get better by the end of this month, but it does come through stopping that comparison. And for those of you who are wrapped up in relationships which feel like full of secrets or lies, you must stop that as well. And I'm going to get into the week to week to shed some more light on all of that for you. Week number 1, you have 3 of Swords reversed, rooted down by 2 of Wands. So seeing through past heartbreaks and realizing, okay, maybe I made that difficult experience about me, or maybe I made it all about them and I couldn't really even it out or balance it out. Or perhaps by making it about them, it became about me. There's this false connection or this false overlay of someone else's energy onto your own, which is leading you to not really know where things started or to not know where things really gained energy or became empowered in the destructive way that they did. You're definitely pulled to see through it and come higher above it in a 2 of Wands type of way, which is sort of like Sagittarian, or seeing the philosophical higher message about it and realizing, okay, maybe that person did cheat on me, but what did that motivate within me through having that happen that I might not have experienced otherwise? Not a good month to feel victimized or to feel like the pinnacle of advantage taken of you by other people. It's not so good, and you guys don't tend to be that way anyway. Second week, you guys have 2 of Cups rooted down by Page of Cups. So soulmate interactions and coming into contact with new water signs, I feel. So Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, people can be very healing to you right now. And even more, I feel, than soulmate relationships, I think that you guys are going to come into contact with people that you may not know for very long, or people even that you meet on the street or something, that really generate a new type of reality for you. That's happening to a lot of people right now, because it's not really a period of time over the next year, really, where you meet very long-term relationships, or you meet people who are around for a long time. Jupiter in Scorpio, which hits you quite strongly, all the fixed signs, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Jupiter in Scorpio creates short, powerful, very critical relationship experiences that can't really last very long because of how potent they are. You can sort of feel injected or feel poisoned, and I want to say a healthy way, or a poisoned in the sense that you purge, like through getting, I almost want to say that through getting like food poisoning, you purge whatever other bad stuff was in your gut that would have just stayed there anyway. It's that type of thing with relationships too. Through perhaps having difficult relationship experiences, it purges out the demons that were already there to begin with, and it sort of becomes an inevitable thing that had to happen. Watch out for that too. Watch out for inevitable things that have to happen, or things that you consider inevitable, or things that you consider par for the course. You can really defy natural order during this year time frame. All of the, I want to say, pomp and circumstance, or routine ways of doing things, like traditional ways of doing things, are important during this time, but also completely surpassable. It's like you can suddenly wake up as the CEO of an amazing company without really rising through the ranks. Also, you can completely fall to a minimum wage worker after having been a CEO without really any kind of interlay or any kind of preparation for that. So ranks and hierarchies can really be defied, especially by you during this time, Aquarius, and it really depends on your momentum and how authentic and nice you're feeling in what you do, and it can go either way. So definitely work with that and think about where you want to be, where you don't want to be. Because if you really like your job, say you're the CEO of a huge company or something, and you don't really like it because it takes up all of your time, but at the same time it's become really important for you to rely on that kind of income. If you're not careful, you'll completely lose it, and you'll find yourself working at a much cheaper rate just because you say things like, or you find yourself in very existential crises. For example, you think, oh my gosh, I pay so much taxes now. I pay more taxes than money that I've made in the past. And you let that become such a big issue that you can't see the benevolences in your net or whatever. So definitely be careful of complaining about blessings that you have, as I feel that everyone is struggling with this too. This is a Jupiter and Scorpio type of symptom as well, complaining about blessings, and also being thankful for curses. Be careful of those types of things. Be very careful, because you can really, through, I'm just going to use my example again, through complaining about your taxes, which nobody likes taxes. Hello, it's terrible. But through complaining about like your taxes or your debts or your interest rates or anything like that, and this can be in any sector of life really, you can find yourself only making that amount of money, or only making the amount of money that your taxes or interest rates are. So for money, or for anything that has to do with tangible careers, it's better to just kind of be on autopilot, or it's better to not really think about the logistics that much, just because there's a really strong tendency to like really see the other side of things. Regardless of how blessed you are, if you look too far into it, you'll find the curse within that, and regardless of how cursed you are, if you look too far into it, you'll find like the blessing, and you can get really stuck. So, third week, Page of Pentacles reversed, rooted down by King of Swords reversed. Honestly, like the third week, I feel for you guys is a sigh of relief or an exhaling period of time. Not a lot of things going on there. Maybe not really liking the friends that you have, or feeling disconnected from like earth signs and air signs. Not feeling perhaps like your platonic relationships are really what you want them to be. It's a good time to find new friends, or to not really be connected to old people. Again, Jupiter in Scorpio is about short, powerfully injected relationships, so long-term relationships of the past aren't necessarily that empowering right now, although they will become in about like 2 years time. So don't force anything. Don't be too upset about not feeling a very strong connection to people that you've been around for a long time. I would take the third week to really just step back and to not really be involved in anything too strongly if you can. And even if you're doing like something really important during that time, try to just treat it like another day at the office or another experience of life, and you'll get a lot from that. Fourth week, you guys have Knight of Pentacles rooted down by Nine of Swords reversed. So through this new relationship that you're gaining with money and philosophy of tangible resources, you're ultimately surpassing, I want to say, any kind of mental instability that you've been facing. And money is a very strong thing which generates sleepless nights, mental instabilities, illusionary ways of thinking, because as I've said in Scorpio's reading, which it might be good for you guys to watch, especially if you have like Scorpio energy within your chart, money is not real. Money is not real at all. It creates real circumstances, and it creates and catalyzes real things, but in and of itself, it's not real. So if you focus too much on it, or if your mind gets really enveloped in it, your mind will start to create things which aren't real, or your mind will start to create circumstances which aren't real to like match up the other side of that. So the biggest recommendation is really to just, you know, treat money like a non sequitur, or something that's not really a part of your reality. And because it's like you're doing it well enough, you're budgeted good, you're whatever reality you've come to with money feels like it can kind of energize itself now for most of you. And if it's not, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising sign, because general Aquarius energy right now isn't really struggling that much for money. So really allow it to go on the back burner, and, you know, treat money as something that's what it is, which is not real. Your central theme is the Magician reverse, so a lot of this also comes from like deceptions or lies, or having had relationships which are really unstable, or perhaps relationships which put a lot of focus on money and resources. Some of you, I hate to really say things like this because it's not going to be true for everyone, so definitely don't think this because I've said it, like you would know it by now, or you would have the signs. But the Magician reverse is one of the biggest symbols to me of cheating or really strong lies in relationships. So for a lot of you, you're being lied to, or you're being led on by somebody, but it can also be a sign that you are moving too quickly with something. It's one of those two, because the Magician upright is about being prepared and being ready to take something on, and when it falls into the reverse, sometimes it can say that we're moving too quickly, or we're moving too haphazardly. So definitely make sure you have like all your loose ends tied up, all your T's crossed, all your I's dotted type of thing, and really by doing that you will come through very much stronger. And for those of you who are dealing with like the lies or the cheating or the betrayals, you have to be able to leave it behind in this time, because you can really fix things later if you can prove to the universe that you're not relying on this relationship in that strong of a way, because it's just not a great time for it. People need experiences outside of things right now, so that makes a very I want to say fertile environment for cheating or for lies of some kind in relationships, just because people aren't very committed for some reason right now. So definitely don't let my having said that make it a self-fulfilling prophecy, because that's not going to be for everyone. It's like you'll already know it by the time that I've read for you, or you'll already have seen it, but you have to be able to leave it behind, and you have to be able to move into something much more enveloping, and something that's much more powerfully generating for you, because when somebody cheats on us or somebody lies to us that we're in a committed relationship with, it's not just them, it's us too. There's something within you that needs something else for your energy to allow them to go somewhere else once that commitment has been vowed or that commitment has been made. So there's something within you that wants something else too, or that feels like this is not you at the higher evolved level. So definitely work with that. Find out some of those details. Find out some of those deeper things within yourself. And at the same time, just coast this month. This is a wonderful month for you guys to experience new people and to experience very profound short experiences too. Really be injected by universal energy during this time, as you're gaining a lot of energy back and you're really becoming rejuvenated and empowered during this time. If you guys would like to book a private reading with me, that link should be popping up in the center of your screen any second now. I would love it if you would check out my Patreon page, which is linked in the description box below. I do written horoscopes and I provide these videos without ads over there. And your likes and comments keep me going. I would so appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. It would be a wonderful Christmas gift to me. Anyway, I will be talking to you guys in January. Much love. Bye.